Just yeah, push it back a little bit on the. There you go. There you go.
Oh, there we go. Look
There you
at
go.
that.
Look at that. Look
Not
at
bad,
that.
dude.
All right. All right. All right. All
Oh,
right. All right. Go ahead, Capo. You see
all
it, man.
right.
You see it,
Shalom.
man.
Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
double honors to our elder apostles as well as our elder bishops who labored to teach us this truth. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word in truth, sincerity, and indeed. We are a branch of the branch of Great Millstone, Chicago, coming at you with another in-house lesson at the main crib 2.0.
Yeah, Benji.
And yeah, you know, and pops here, you know, the young man to my right, he really inspired us. In this lesson, he brought out some news that I was totally oblivious of because it hasn't happened A in America or B it hasn't took place in a predominantly European country. You know, so you know, without further ado.
Right. So, like I said, I'm gonna let young brother Yaya put this out, push this button on this, and y'all can get a chance to hear this, and we're gonna go from there. Go ahead, push the button, Yaya. On there.
Let me now tell you about a shocking incident coming from Nigeria. More than 200 school children have been kidnapped by gunmen. This is the biggest mass abduction from a school since 2021. How could this have happened?
That's good.
Were no lessons learned from the past? What were authorities doing? Our next report has some answers.
That's it right there. They can hear it.
The shocking incident took place in the northern town of Kuriga. This is located in the Kaduna state of northwest Nigeria. Gunmen kidnapped more than 280 students during a raid on a school.
A teacher leaving the school assembly was kidnapped. The teacher said he could not run away because some students depended on him for protection. He was kidnapped. A vigilante was also killed while he was trying to scare the gunmen away by shooting in the air. But he was killed.
This is one of the largest mass abductions from a school in more than 3 years. Distraught parents and residents blame lax security measures in the area. Please come and help us. Don't leave us. We have not eaten. Please help us. Where is the president? Where is the governor? Students are inside the bush. In one household, 7 children were kidnapped, while in another household, 5 children were also kidnapped. Here's what we know so far. Local government officials in Kaduna State have confirmed the kidnapping. They say they are still trying to establish exactly how many children had been abducted. News reports say at least 200 have been abducted. The state governor has promised to get the students released, but the people of Nigeria are all too familiar with such kidnappings. You see, mass kidnappings for ransom are common in the country. Criminal gangs have targeted schools and colleges in the past, especially in the northwest. The kidnappings have kept thousands of children from attending school in Africa's most populous country. This incident marks the second mass abduction in the West African nation in less than a week. Such abductions have been a source of alarm since 2014, when Islamic extremists kidnapped more than 200 schoolgirls in Borno State's Chibok town. In recent years, the abductions have been concentrated in northwest and central Nigeria, where dozens of armed groups often target villagers and travelers for huge ransoms. Bureau Report, Beyond World is One. Beyond World is One is now available in your country now.
That's it. Okay, that's it on that. So now, this give you a little bit of background. Nigeria is Israelite because you got the Igbo and Ashanti, among other people. You know, when we fled from Jerusalem, we fled into certain portions of that during the fleeing Roman captivity and whatnot during the siege of Jerusalem and all these other kinds of things and this. So we went there getting away from an oppressor, only to wind up being oppressed there. But at the same time, we did have some success. But when it came time for the slave trade to pick up and go, after 100 years of this Edomite making his moves here in America from Portugal, they set up they say triangular, but it's actually more of a rectangular slave trade. Okay, so our people, even though they're not here and able to get this truth maybe as freely, they still subject to the curses. Okay, so they still subject to the curses, and the curses are still falling on them. Because like I said, look at since 2014. But this isn't mass news. This isn't something that's published here, like the elder was saying. So whatever scriptures y'all want to run with that was the narrative to open it up. Y'all gonna do y'all thing. Run the scriptures. We'll go break them down. Go ahead, Charles.
Yeah. So I got the law, Exodus 21:16. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. And like the news clip was saying, basically the government is paying ransoms to
Plural.
these individuals. All right, yeah, plural ransoms. All right, these individuals, they're going in, they're kidnapping hundreds of children. Not all the children that they take are coming back home. All right, a lot of them, if not the majority of them, are still going missing. Why? Because we all know there's a black market out there. They need bodies. They need body parts. All right. They need they're getting sex trafficked. All right. They need drug mules. They need all these things, man, on that black market.
Yeah. So like you said, so I worked out at the airport, and they told us to try to recognize certain signs of when somebody is basically being kidnapped. There's certain signs and whatnot that if you recognize them, they flash certain signs to do this or do that with their hand signals and whatnot. And you got to kind of read the signs and whatnot. Like one of the things was if somebody's doing all the talking for somebody, you know what I'm saying? They both of them not freely communicating. Like the travel agents, the ticket agents and stuff like that was told to monitor and be aware of that. You know, if you're trying to have a free conversation between two people because they're supposed to be traveling together, but it seems like only one is doing the talking, and the other see how apprehensive and how tense the other person is. Let's see if this is part of human trafficking that's going on and things of this nature. So like you said, that's a big thing. That was a big thing. We had to go through that annually. Not annually. We had to go through that several times in the course of a year where they make us go through certain things. They say you got to pass these classes. And I think like maybe 3 or 4 times a year, we would have to, not reacclimated, but they just want you to always be on guard for some shit like that.
Right.
But if they pushing that here for us here, where it's happening and people are getting kidnapped, why isn't the government fucking putting security forces in place to counteract this? The government knows about it. The government has paid ransoms to it. So why are they not there putting security forces in place to deal? Maybe some backwater cable shit is already going on.
Exactly.
Because like you said, the elites are willing to pay for those bodies and scenarios.
Right. Bodies, man. You know what I mean? And like I said, they're paying these kidnappers ransoms for these children, man. Under the guise of trying to be the hero, trying to save the children's lives. They don't give a fuck about these kids. Like Pops was saying, if they gave so much of a fuck, they would have more security to guard these children, man. All right. And I didn't even know about this. Like I said, hundreds of children get mass abducted since 2014.
Actually, thousands. What was the number?
1,400.
1,400 children have been kidnapped since 2014.
Yeah.
Mass abductions in just this one concentrated area in Nigeria, man.
Which is like I said, one of the places we settled in.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And the people intermingled or whatever. Go ahead. Whatever.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck because like Pastor was saying, these are Israelites, man. It's happening to Israelites, okay? like I said, if there were children being mass abducted in Norway, Finland, Switzerland, you know what I mean, wherever these predominantly Edomite people are, this would be fucking international news headlines, man. And the perpetrators, their heads would be on a platter,
Right.
you know?
And this has been going on for over 10 years, a decade, man.
Yep.
From 2014 to now, 2024.
Right, yeah. And the last one just happened yesterday.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
I'm gonna read the article. It says March 7, 2024, which was yesterday, gunmen riding motorcycles kidnapped 287 students at the government secondary school in the Kandun state town of Koruga. Security forces search forces in northwestern Nigeria for the latest victims. So they ain't even find all of them yet, and it's only been a day, but yeah. But this has been going on for 10 years. If we read the very first one, it says, members of the Islamic militant group Boko Haram abducted 276 female students.
Okay, but now, doesn't that go back to Joseph? Islamic, who when his brothers threw him in a hole, when they pulled him out, who did they give him to?
The Ishmaelites.
Ishmael, Arab motherfuckers. So this Islamic,
Right.
Arab motherfuckers, back at it again, doing the same shit. So the scripture that holds true to that is there anything new under the sun?
No. And then you niggas, like I said, a lot of you West African jakes, a lot of them prescribe to
that shit.
the Islamic faith, man. You know, and a lot of them are the perpetrators of this shit. Like I said, Ishmael's behind it. You other niggas are behind it. But when you go down the pigeonhole, you're gonna find Esau as the main perp
Pulling the strings.
pulling the fucking strings.
Right. Go ahead.
And it says, abduct 276 female students. This was April 4th, 2014.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. That made news headlines, but you never heard about that ever since then. All right, and I really believe it was just because it was an all-girls school that the shit made some type of headlines, man. But apparently this has been going on ever since then, but we never hear about that. You know what I mean? You turn on American news, you know what I mean? It's fucking a squirrel doing a backflip.
Tom Brady just got divorced.
Tom Brady gets divorced. You know, wife Giselle sleeps with Brazilian jiu-jitsu instructor. That's sad. You know what I'm saying? But like what the fuck? You know, there's children being abducted. You know, and no one hears about it.
And it says, abduct 276 female students in a nighttime attack at a government secondary school in the Borno state town of Chibok.
Wait, so that's the smoking gun right there. It said a government what?
A government secondary school.
So this is a government school. How in the hell did somebody break in and kidnap 100, 200 something children in a government secondary school, man? To then what? Have the government then pay said perps for the ransom. That means the government was behind that shit.
And it says, promoting international outrage, more than 90 of the students are still missing.
Right. So a lot of those kids, like I said, they get sex trafficked, they get turned into drug mules, or they just need parts. They need fresh body parts, man, in that black market.
And Esau show you what he think about that in that movie Get Out.
Right.
Okay. But a motherfucker was like, he was looking, ooh. One man, that old man was admiring that young black man. He was like, ooh, your eyes.
Yeah.
Your eyes.
He wanted his eyes. He wanted his eyes, man. Yeah. And the other white woman, she just wanted a young black buck.
Right.
So she transferred. Yeah, Get Out was bugged.
This was bugged out.
Yeah,
And that was 276 females. Now the next one was 4 years later. So as the elder said, they needed new fresh parts. So in 2018, the same group, Boko Haram, abducts 110 schoolgirls from a girls' science college in the Yobe state town of Dapachi in northern eastern Nigeria.
Now here's what kills me with that. Here's what's killing me with that. Didn't Oprah start a girls' school or something over there at some point in time? Somebody check that out and whatnot. I don't want to be misquoted. and whatnot. But I remember Oprah starting
Yeah, me too.
a school over there in Africa somewhere. Okay. So let's just dig a little bit. Let's dig the rabbit hole a little bit, and let's see what
Oh no, that's in South Africa.
that was in South Africa.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
in South Africa.
Okay. So she started, but I just kind of find it ironic that she starts a school for girls. Was it for girls?
Girls' school.
Girls' schools in South Africa, while kids are being kidnapped in Northern Africa.
But shit, even her girls' school recently got outed for foul play because her spiritual advisor
He'll wind up being some shit too.
turned out to be a fucking pedophile.
Pedophile.
Or some shit.
See?
Yeah.
So all the shit you think you can do in the dark in the groves of Esau's kingdom, that it says is gonna be brought to the light. That's the scripture. Is gonna be brought to the light. All your wickedness in the dark is gonna come to the light. Y'all gonna do y'all thing. I'm gonna find some scriptures now in the process.
Right. So,
Yeah. This is like we're talking about. This is happening over there. But best believe this is coming to a theater near you. It's coming to America's soil. And that's what we're talking about. These prophecies go hand in hand. We were oppressed. They are oppressed in Africa under the curses. Same thing that we oppressed over here in America. There's lawlessness over there in Africa going on right now.
That's gonna be coming.
That's
here.
going to be coming here. You know what I mean? So it has not changed. So, this is John 10:10. It says, the thief cometh not but to steal, kill, and to destroy. This is John 10:10. So they're setting up their whole program, and they're going to adopt that whole principle over here. They just, they usually do test places around the country.
Absolutely.
They usually, you don't hear about it. Like you see Bill Gates and them going over there spreading their disease over there. So they implement a lot of stuff offshore because they know they'll be scrutinized over here in America. So best believe, there are trial runs running across America where they're showing you what's going to happen and chaos ensues, and if we don't control the centurions.
But see, the thing is like I said, and this is what me and Capo, I was telling him and whatnot. He's ex-military, I'm ex-military, and there's been incidents and scenarios and things of this nature. Like I said, okay, everybody understood 1990 and that first Gulf War and all this other kind of stuff, Desert Storm and all those things and whatnot. But bruh, motherfuckers with security forces, because I was a security specialist. Security forces off of American bases was making moves over into the Middle East long before that shit happened. As a matter of fact, my son's mother, Kanasa's mother, asked me in like 1989 why I didn't stay in the military, and right there in January or February of 1990, that shit jumped off. And I was like, she said, why you didn't stay? And I didn't point to the motherfucking TV. Remember that question you asked me a little while back, a few months ago? There it is right there. That's why. It was always been that. There's always been some shit going on in the Middle East. When there's resources being manipulated that don't belong to the people of that region, okay? That I should say that when there's resources that belong to the people of a region, but it's being manipulated, used, and profited from an entirely different group of people halfway around the world, and this type of thing, militarily secured, you go have these scenarios. That was what the whole OPEC oil embargo setup did with Henry Kissinger and whatnot back in the late 60s and early 70s. So that was always this thing in the making. So these people were always in the background, in the dark, doing this dirt, negotiating and putting this dirt in place. Whatever y'all scriptures y'all got, go ahead, man.
So I was going to lead into the other part of that equation is why they're kidnapping these girls. There's obviously something that they're missing. Money, food, there's a lack of resources.
Yeah, when you heard the lady say,
right.
We can't eat.
Exactly. So the lack of bread, the lack of money is causing one group of people to go attack another group of people.
Right.
That's what's going on right now in America. You have the elite who have it all, and you have the ones who don't have it all. This dollar's crashing, and I'm sure the economy is a topsy-turvy over there as well. That's why they're doing what they're doing.
Right, because like I said, what's going on right now, even with these fucking migrants, You're
Yeah.
bringing in more people to deplete resources. That's going to create more scarcities. When it comes scarcity, especially with these fucking retarded bird-brained Americans,
Right.
the slightest hint of scarcity, all right, and things not being how they want it, people are going to bug the hell out.
Yeah.
Like I said, hey, that scarcity over there in these different countries, be it Africa or wherever, it causes conflict. You know what I mean? So it's the same demonstration Esau is going to do over here. He's going to bring scarcity. It's going to cause conflict and civil war, man. And it's going to cause people to do bugged out shit like abduction on a mass scale.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Because of the fact that, absolutely great point. Absolutely great point. Because of the fact that when you decide that you don't want to be part of the program, then you're going to have to go and either take something from somebody, or you're going to have to take someone from somebody and tell them to give me what it is that I need.
Yep.
Okay. And that's absolutely is going to happen. Go ahead, whatever y'all got.
Yeah, I was trying to get that music brought low. No jobs in the streets, but I'm gonna grab this right quick. This is Matthew 24:12. We're finding that the music brought low, the job ceasing, because that's gonna bring that what you just said. It's Matthew 24:12, and and this is what's happening around the world. There's uproars of the people because they don't have what they need. So when they don't have what they need, they're going to react violently. This is Matthew 24:12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. When these people don't have, like you said, food, water, the shit that they need daily, they're going to lose their minds. That's happening around the world. Hence the influx of the migrants. They don't have shit in Venezuela, so all of them over here. Because they don't have no food, no water, no nothing, no money. So obviously they ran to America. So it's happening around the world, but what's happening now to America is we're losing our resources because we got more people, like the elder just said, than we're not even taking care of our own citizens, let alone an influx of millions of migrants. Right. We can't feed our own. How the hell are we going to feed the rest of them? So because that's happening, the love of many is going to wax cold, and it's going to be similar to Hurricane Katrina in Louisiana. Them people thought it was the end of the world. They went absolutely apeshit. Yep. So you had a reality check during Hurricane Katrina. It's going to get way worse than that. That's that 12-1, a time that we've never seen. Daniel, 12-1. That's going to happen. So them kidnapping kids over there, nobody talking about it. They're going to be bartering with stuff over here. Kids, people, the same thing. It's going to happen here as well.
Bartering and eating. Let's get that understood. That's nothing new. That's not a thing. As a matter of fact, you want to put it up in Kings. We've already had an incident in Israel where two women had made a pact to eat their kids. Okay, what's that? 2 Kings. Okay, so they had made a pact with that, and they basically said we was gonna eat my son one day, and then we would eat your son the next day. So you got it? Mm-hmm. Okay. So with that being the case, think about that. Women have made a pact with each other that they go eat their kids. A son one day, another son the next day. So we looking at infants. Because if you, come on, Yahya, 14 years old, they decided to fucking do him. He lasts for a few days. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay? Right. So we looking at infants. You know? Chicken. You take a whole chicken and cut it up. Hey, you eat a half a chicken, I eat a half a chicken. We'll cook the next chicken tomorrow. Basically, is what you're looking at. You got that?
Yeah.
Yeah, read that.
This is 2 Kings 6:24. And it came to pass after this that Ben-Hadad, king of Syria, gathered all his hosts and went up and besieged Samaria. And there was a great famine in Samaria, and behold, they besieged it until an ass's head was sold for 80 pieces of silver, and the fourth part of a cab of dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver.
So let's get this understood. The famine was so horrendous that a donkey's head sold for 80 pieces of silver.
Just the head.
And just the head. And which is basically all you do with that is stick it in a motherfucking big ass boiling pot and try to boil the flavor into whatever it is you're trying to cook. You boiling the head for flavor. Now, the second part will fuck you up. Go ahead, read that.
It said, and the fourth part of a cab of dove's dung for 5
Ooh,
pieces.
a dove dung. Now, if you understand what the word dung is,
Bird shit.
there you go.
Dove's dung is bird shit. So people were eating fucking bird shit pies, but you imagine paying 5 pieces of silver for this bird shit pie.
Hey. A quarter pounder with cheese.
Right. Right, a quarter pounder of shit. And you paying good money for a quarter pounder of shit. You know, that's how bad it got, you know? It says, verse 26, and as the king of Israel, and as the king,
But perfect, because you heard all them different names of areas, but now, the Lord let you know this was happening to Israelites. Go ahead.
says, as the king of Israel was passing upon the wall, there cried a woman to him, saying, help my lord, O king. And he said, if Yahweh do not help thee, when shall I help thee? Out of the barn floor, out of the winepress? And the king said to her, what aileth thee? And she answered, this woman said to me, give thy son that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow. So hey, you gotta picture that. That's how fucked up it is.
A baby.
They said they agreed.
They agreed that we got 2 babies here. We gonna eat 1 baby today. We'll eat another baby tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay? Right? Got a baby. Cause it wouldn't make sense if it's big enough that you can eat it and be able to eat on it until it's gone and then, but she was complaining the next day.
Right.
Go ahead.
It says, so we boiled my son and did eat him. And I said to her on the next day, give thy son that we may eat him. And she have hid her son. So that's fucking horrible, man. They committed cannibalism
On their own
on their
kids.
own kids, man. And that was, they were only eating once a day. You Americans, you can't go
3 hours.
3 hours without some McDonald's. I say it all the time. Let these niggas go 1 day without smoking a square.
Oh, menthol. Man. What's that menthol fucking cigarette?
Newport.
Newport.
Let a nigga not get a Newport
Oh, God.
for 1 day. Let
Because-
a nigga go 1 day without a Newport, man. Like y'all said, you talking about crashing out, man. 100 miles an hour, man.
And you know that this is chemically induced. And what I mean by that is that this is chemically formulated. And why I say it that way? Because a menthol cigarette ain't always a menthol cigarette. What I mean by that, motherfuckers that smoke menthol Newports don't want a menthol cool.
Right.
They want a menthol Newport. You try to offer a motherfucker a menthol cool.
Right.
I mean, I don't even smoke that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They both menthol.
Yeah, they both menthol. So it's the chemical lace that's got a motherfucker hooked.
So that is 2 different things.
It's
Right.
true that absolutely. I've watched motherfuckers ask for squares when I was in the world. I've watched motherfuckers on train platforms and shit. Can I get a square? And a motherfucker, because he'll see a motherfucker smoking, can I get a square? And the motherfucker pull out a pack of cools. Oh man, that's okay.
Nah, not that kind.
Right. No, I'm straight. Shit, in that day, niggas gonna be trying to smoke any and everything, man.
He gonna be
Yeah.
smoking everything.
Any
Go ahead.
and everything, man.
Let me finish reading that though. Go
It
ahead.
says, 2 Kings 6:30. And it came to pass when the king heard the words of the woman that he rent his clothes and he passed by upon the wall, and the people looked, and behold, he had sackcloth within upon his flesh. So I mean, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. The king lost it. He was like, what have our people been reduced to?
Right, and
Correct.
and that was way back when. It says that there shall be a time like no other.
Exactly.
So if bitches was crazy enough to do that then,
How
Yeah.
crazy is they gonna
Right.
get now?
Now.
Exactly when this shit drop.
Now,
Okay, you got a scripture? Go
this
ahead.
is the book of Daniel, chapter 12, verse 1.
perfect.
And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was even a nation.
So look at what we just. Israel just got read. Motherfucking women were fucking cooking their kids, boiling their kids, eating them. I hope maybe they were putting seasoning on them, maybe they wasn't. But they was,
If they had some.
if they had some, putting seasoning on their kids and eating them motherfuckers. And he said, y'all just read that it's gonna be worse than that.
Worse.
Worse.
Such as never was since there was a nation even to that same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, everyone that should be found written in the book.
So, and this is why we do our sit downs. We trying to show our faith through our works, even though it's all about even though it is all about the faith. It's gonna be some works. If you got a faith, you're gonna have some works that's gonna show that you have that faith. And this is what this is about. And these people, y'all don't see this coming. And like I said, and the brother said he remembered that back then, but look at all the other shit that didn't happen. Go ahead.
It was 9 incidents in the span of 10 years. It was
for 1,000.
1,000 more
Than 1,400 people.
And
Damn.
these- Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, these are just precursors of what's going to happen.
Absolutely.
You know, that's why he was reading that Daniel 12:1.
Yeah.
It's going to get worse. These are all these things we're telling you about is precursors that's going around the world, like the elder brought out. You know what I mean? And so you be prepared. So don't marvel because like there's nothing new under the sun. And what's happening in one part of the world eventually comes to this part of the world.
Exactly. Like you say, that this is the rest of the world is the testing ground for what they want to have happen here, because here is where this kingdom is going to be absolutely totally destroyed, and the land itself going to be totally eviscerated and turned into the fucking biggest desert on the fucking planet. So they done kept this virgin daughter. I can't call her spotless because she's a fucking wretched whore.
Yeah.
Okay, but they done kept her makeup on her to some degree. But now this word that we speak is like, I'm gonna get you sucker. The bitch done had her leg pulled off. She done pulled her ass out. She done pulled her titties out. She done pulled her wig off. She done popped her fucking false eyelashes and everything. We done, and basically we done popped this bitch off. Go ahead now. Read what you read.
Oh, go ahead. I was trying to find that in Lamentations. It is better.
But also going back into what the elder was saying, how all the other places are a testing ground for what's gonna happen
Happen here, exactly.
In that movie, The Monsters of Men, remember they had dropped the robots off at that place somewhere. It was like in India or like
Right.
it was one of those places, and they had dropped it off, and they had dropped the robots off and tested it. And then those tourists that was effing around, they found out, and they had got killed.
Wow.
So that's basically the green tree. What's finna happen? And now we finna go into the dry. Like that Second Kings that he just read. That was comparable to what's finna happen. That was a green tree compared to what's finna happen. It's gonna be the dry.
Right. So it's gonna get a whole lot worse.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I guess so. His second answer is he wanted that what's that like? What was that name? I forgot. Trying to sing. That second is 15. I was looking for what you was looking for earlier. I went to this. It's you had it.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, the second area is 15 and second area is 15 and 4. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and their course of their actions shall stand in their power." And that's what was happening over in Nigeria. They didn't regard the government. They was kidnapping these people from the government schools. That's going to happen here in America. They're not going to hearken to anything y'all looking for Trump to save y'all. None of that shit's going to matter. I don't care who y'all put in office. It's not going to save America. Period. You know what I mean? So it's going to be this. It's going to be mad chaos. That's what he said in Daniel 12:1. And Second Ezra he's commenting on the same stuff. It's going to be a time that we have never seen, and only the elect are going to be saved out of that. The rest of y'all are going to perish badly.
That's right. I got some.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 9.
Okay, go ahead.
Yep. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away, stricken through for one of the fruits of the field. And just going into that, man, all right. Like I said, the influx of people, resources are going to be wear thin, man. All right? We already had a lot of empty ass grocery stores, so now, like I said, with the migrants, they're going to be even more empty, even faster. All right? Especially in areas where there's food deserts, i.e., where you niggas live.
Right.
Where we live.
Right.
Okay? So shit is going to get more and more real. All right?
Yeah, that was the reason why doing that pandemic that jumped off here a couple of years back. That in the neighborhoods where the most of the looting was actually occurring, the cops weren't even trying to stop it, anything for that reason. Okay, for that reason. So when you motherfuckers when this shit go down and you motherfuckers run to them areas and loot those out and be done, guess what? Then you have to turn on each other.
Yep.
Okay, so we already know you're gonna run out there, you're gonna loot your motherfucking little neighborhood mom and pop stores that are still sitting there. You're gonna loot the motherfucking little gas stations that's on the corner. You go all the edibles that are edible is gonna get taken and eaten in that day, and this, that, and other. We all understand that. But then the motherfuckers are gonna be looking at who got what and where did they go.
Right.
Once all the shit has been fucking divvied up and whatnot, per se, among the motherfuckers, then the motherfuckers gonna start remembering who took what and went where with it and this, that, and the other.
Because you niggas, you're all a bunch of monkeys. All right? I call it hard R behavior. It's the N-word, but hard R behind it, man.
Hard R.
Hard R energy. It's a lot of hard R energy that come with you fucking monkeys, man.
Right.
And that's what Pops was explaining, man. First thing y'all gonna do, rather than get non-perishables, you're gonna rob the Nike store and Best Buy.
For big ass TVs.
Big ass TVs.
When the lights go out, it ain't gonna be worth shit.
That's the first thing you fucking monkeys are gonna do.
Ooh, I
And-
should have lit.
Right. You're gonna be trying to sell the money. And then once you realize that is just over with, now you're gonna rob and loot your own neighborhood markets, like the monkeys that you are. Okay? And then once that wears thin, like Pop said, you're gonna be sizing each other up. Alright? And after those monkeys get put down, the few left that got a little bit of sense, they're gonna be like, man, we gotta go to where these fucking Edomites is at.
Right.
But hey, by that time, it really is gonna be scraps left because Esau being looted each other by then.
Right.
Alright? So then, hey, you're gonna fall into a goddamn trap, man. And that's when shit just turns into the bad batch, man. That's when shit just gets real, man. Very real, very quick, man. All right? But these types of things are happening in the world right now. These types of things were happening in Venezuela. These types of things were happening over there in South and Central America, over there in certain parts of Africa, over there in South Africa. All right? You goddamn, you Ishmaelites in the Gaza, y'all going through it.
Right.
All right, y'all getting y'all asses handed to y'all over there, man. You know, so much to so people fake caring in the world. You know what I'm saying? They marching for you.
Right.
Yeah,
The best they can do.
right. Yeah, they made a few hashtags for you. You know what I'm saying?
Start a GoFundMe,
Right.
guys.
Social justice warriors. You know,
Right.
but it hasn't gotten over.
Yeah, on this virgin daughter, like I said,
That's
so
right.
there's a reason why, like you said, because of that, and it the any female that was a virgin, and all y'all was at some point in time or another,
Long time ago.
long time ago.
Right.
But every virgin remember her first time, Rockethop, and the pain that came with it. Okay, there's gonna be no pleasure. It's just gonna be pain because when this virgin get popped, she said it's gonna be
Thousand.
okay, 200,000. If y'all don't know what that's talking about, they're talking about them ICBM missiles, all of them. There's not gonna be a one left in the fucking hole. When
Bring it out.
Sex.
Sex.
Not gonna be one left in it when it comes to play.
That's right.
When it comes to play, that's what's gonna turn America into a desert. Y'all say we talk about this and how we crazy. Give me $20,000. You got it? Cause y'all don't understand. This third wall that Revelation is talking about is this nuclear destruction. It has to happen. World War I and World War II was written before they even happened.
Right.
But both of those happened. So why you think that a fire, not flame, not what's that? How am I? A fire not
What, fire not quenched? No, fire not kindled.
like fire not kindled. That's what I'm thinking. Fire not kindled. It's its own self-propelled scenario. Nuclear fire is a hell of a thing. Okay? This is atomic, nuclear. This is atoms being split and torn apart. And it's going to burn with fervent heat.
I was just gonna get that.
Okay, it's going to burn with fervent heat. So, did you get that?
Yeah.
Okay,
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 9, and I'll start at verse 5.
right.
And the four angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year, for to slay the third part of men.
The third part of man. So, third part of mankind is going down under fucking nuclear fire. Go ahead.
Verse 16, and the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000.
Ooh. So if you put 200,000, then you put another 1,000 on that, you're looking at 200 million. Okay, go ahead. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can read 17.
Let me something.
And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that saw on them having breastplates of fire, and of
Yes.
jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone.
And that's how we know he's talking about missiles and not people.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
That
right.
description right there. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
By these three were the third part of men killed, by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouths.
So even though a bunch of motherfuckers are dying, and I do mean a bunch, because it says the slain of the Lord is many. Okay, the slain of the Lord is many. There's still gonna be plenty of motherfucking heathens around
Right,
to fucking build the kingdom of heaven.
right.
That's right.
So we not building our own kingdom. We gonna have slaves doing that.
Right.
Go ahead. Whatever y'all got.
That's what you got. This is Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
See
And
that?
that virgin daughter of Babylon, that's America.
Absolutely, right now, and that's why she called her virgin daughter, because there's no war, there's ever major war that's ever taken place here on these shores. Like I said, you had a Civil War, you had the Spanish-American War, and this, that, and other, but there was nothing that really came from an outside source, majorly, like a world war that has touched down here. That's why when it touched down here, like I said, that it's gonna hurt and ain't gonna be no pleasure in it for the motherfuckers that's standing on these shores.
That's right, that's right.
Okay, like I said, if you in America and you're not part of the elect, you're gonna burn up in nuclear fire. This is, hey, as they say, you don't have to worry about trying to go to the hellfire. The hellfire is coming to you.
That's right, that's right.
I got the scripture.
And that's if you make it past all the destruction and chaos, man. All right, the missiles is really the icing on the cake. You know what I mean? It's like if you was just a real wicked, low down motherfucker, the Lord just had something extra special for you. He gave you hope that you made it through the New World Order, that you've made it through the Civil War, you've made it through famine, you've made it through all type of pestilence, you've made it through fucking, it most likely gonna have fucking zombies out here, the undead walking around. You done made it through all of that, the AI, the killer bots. You done made it through all that. You really feel like the Lord got you just for you to eat a nuke. That's fucking scary,
Right.
okay? But you gotta make it through all that. America is getting ready to be touched with something very terrifying, man.
Right.
All right? It says, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Like Pops was saying, an outside entity outside entities, plural, are getting ready to come in and really flip this bitch upside down called America. All right?
Okay.
But like I said, the citizens are oblivious to what's going on. All right? I saw one nigga say, he said, look, man, basically it's a lot of shit going on in the world, but we're too broke to pay attention to it. He's like, shit, motherfucker gotta work. I got too much bills to pay and not enough money to pay them for me to even inquire about all this other shit. You know? That's the mindset. But it says what? Verse 8, Isaiah 47:8. Therefore hear now this, thou that art given the pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, and that sayest in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. That's the mindset of Americans here. They feel like this place is the end all be all. It'll never be touched. America will never go down. You know, that's the same disposition that the Romans had. You know, their idea was the sun would never set on the Roman Empire.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, that's the same. These are those same dumbasses back here today. Okay,
Right.
to get their judgment. It says, Isaiah 47:9. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments, man. So, like I said, all the wickedness, all the wicked vibration that America perpetuates, not only to its citizens, but to the rest of the world, all that energy is going to come back, man. All right? And it's, hey, like the scriptures say, the slain of the Lord is getting ready to be many out here on the shores of America.
You know what? I'm gonna say this, and I agree 100%, 1,000% with you. But like I said, look, the Lord can look. You gotta understand. You're still dealing with El Shaddai, demon-like power. So you've got a God that time and space, third dimension, fourth dimension, everything is under his control. And he gave it to his son, Yahweh Shai. You also got motherfuckers that did so much wickedness that all the stuff that this brother just described just ain't enough. So they got to go through all of that. And, but the scariest part is the scriptures even bear it out, because it said, don't fear the man that can destroy the body, but fear the Lord that can destroy the body and the spirit. Okay? So now, wouldn't that be something if you go back up there after you went through all that shit here, go back up there and think you're going to get your judgment as an Israelite for the last time? And you done went through your judgment for the last time. You said, nah, you was wicked as fuck, so you got fire you got to deal with.
Right.
And I'm sending you back down there. So you go be resurrected and stand on the fire, stand on your feet and catch a fire. And if y'all think I'm lying, let me show you one. This is Matthew 27. I'm gonna start at 50. And Yahushua, when he had cried again with a loud voice, yielded up the ghost. So this is at the killing of Yahushua.
That's right.
He'd been up on the cross for a while, then been up there for a while, and then died. Yielded up the spirit, means his spirit that was in that body is gone. Let's see what happened then. And behold, the veil of the temple was rent and twined from the top to the bottom, and the earth did quake, and the rocks rent. Didn't he say that this motherfucker was going to shake to and fro like a fucking drunkard?
Drunkard.
Okay. So the earth shaking ain't nothing going to be new about that. Okay.
Right.
But it's going to give. And the graves were open, and many bodies of the saints which slept arose. So the spirits was in these men in the heavens, and the spirits were sent back to the grave where they had died, and the Lord had regenerated them in the same dust of the same flesh that they had already came out of, and had them come up out the grave. Okay? And came out of the grave after his resurrection and went into the holy city and appeared unto many. So now, if he did that with righteous men,
Right.
and they came out and started preaching again, with your wicked motherfuckers, what is he bringing you back for? Destruction again.
That's right.
That's it. So don't think that because you die, well, if I die, cool. No, because that don't mean that's it. That's gonna be a hell of a thing when he tell when you how. And I'm gonna speak as a man, but just like I said, but I see that this being that part of it as well. He could say, "You got one more judgment. I gotta send you right back."
That's terrible.
That's when the motherfucker heart goes sank. I gotta go back after all that. Hey, I just starved to death. You say it ain't nothing worse.
Damn.
I can't say I lied. It wasn't nothing worse than that. But I do have something. It wasn't nothing worse that could be than that. But it is something worse, and you gonna have to deal with that too.
But wait, there's more.
There's more.
He gonna send you back in the flesh just to devour it in the fire.
Damn.
Like that's
Man.
that's the Lord, boy.
Yeah, the Lord.
So all this insurrection and stuff that's going over there that y'all ain't heard about, and this, that, and the other, and blah, 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 and motherfuckers getting kidnapped, and this, that, and the other, and paying ransoms, and all this other kind of shit, come in here. And any scriptures y'all want to read with that, if y'all want to read Second Ezra or whatever, insurrections, whatever, y'all can. If not, that's long enough for me, because the fact that you can bring your ass back and stand on your feet after you think you done died and got away, only to come back and have to pay a judgment again,
Right.
is more than enough for me. So I'm terrified of the Lord.
That's right.
Okay, I'm terrified because, like I said, he ain't one to. His son Yahushua said it pleased him to bruise him.
It is a fearful thing to fall into that.
God, it pleased him to bruise Yahushua. And he likes him.
He loves him.
He loves him.
Yeah.
What the fuck you gonna do to you? Ain't that what the scriptures say? The day of the Lord, what is it to
What
you?
is it to you?
Right.
It is not even a day of darkness and not light.
So that darkness is coming. So with that, we hope that this is edifying, that y'all had a chance to hear that, like I said, there's some shit that's been going on overseas, and we went to international news to show you that it's been happening, and then in the research, they're like, damn, all this shit. So with that, we want to send all praises, honor, and glory out to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Makakodash.
To the apostles and elders of GMS out of New York, the elder bishops out of Connecticut, the floating apostles of Aramlab and Ricard,
Right.
okay, and distinguished travelers such as Elder Big Gad, just to name a few. We want to send a hearty double honors because they do rule well. For the hopeful elect, we hope this is edifying. So with that, a hearty shalom,
Shalom.
and for the rest of y'all know what it is.
Right.
Good.
That's right. Motherfuckers.
Y'all know what it is.
Push the goddamn button, yeah.